The date is March 31st, 1985. Madison Square Garden is brimming with palpable tension and anticipation as Greg the Hammer Valentine makes his way to the ring at the inaugural WrestleMania. The Intercontinental Champion's bleached blonde hair gleams under the arena lights as he methodically stalks toward the squared circle, his championship belt slung over his shoulder. The crowd's reaction is visceral, a mixture of hatred and begrudging respect for one of the most technically sound wrestlers in the business. His opponent, the Junkyard Dog, awaits him for what would become a historic clash at wrestling's biggest spectacle. Valentine's presence at WrestleMania isn't just another match on the card, it is a testament to his status as one of the Federation's most reliable performers during a pivotal time in professional wrestling. Though he loses the match by countout, Valentine retains his cherished Intercontinental Championship through the Champion's Advantage rule, a detail that only adds to his reputation as one of wrestling's craftiest competitors. This moment at the showcase of the Immortals represented the pinnacle of Valentine's career. Yet this storied Intercontinental title was destined for desecration, as Valentine would soon invoke the champion's most sacred taboo of destroying the very crown he'd fought so fiercely to possess. Born Jonathan Anthony Wisniewski on September 20th, 1951, Greg Valentine was destined for the squared circle. As the son of legendary wrestler Johnny Valentine, young John Jr. grew up watching his father captivate audiences across the territories. The elder Valentine was known for his incredibly stiff wrestling style and legitimate toughness, attributes that would later become hallmarks of his son's in-ring persona. Greg's journey into professional wrestling began in 1970 when he trained under the watchful eye of Stu Hart in the infamous Dungeon. The harsh training grounds of Calgary would prove instrumental in forging Valentine's hard-hitting style before cutting his teeth in various territories throughout the 1970s. The man who would become the Hammer first skirted his father's legendary shadow, adopting the moniker Babyface Nelson, before finding his footing as Johnny Fargo alongside the seasoned Don Fargo. Together they carved their own path through the territories, their partnership birthed in the smoke-filled arenas of the National Wrestling Federation before the dust of Texas rings would call them southward. Greg's path took a labyrinthine turn in 1974 as he ventured to Florida's sun-soaked territory and finally embraced his birthright as Johnny Valentine Jr., determined to honor the thunderous echoes of his father's reputation. Yet the Byzantine politics of the squared circle would soon decree that this prodigal son become a kayfabe brother instead, transforming into Greg the Hammer Valentine. For in wrestling's carnival logic, having a grown son in the ring might tarnish the fearsome aura of Johnny Valentine, whose legitimate tough guy mystique remained one of the business's most valuable illusions. Moving to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, Valentine teamed with Ric Flair to capture the NWA World Tag Team Championship twice. Their reign began by defeating Gene and Ole Anderson, leaving Gene stretchered out, but ended on May 8, 1977, in a steel cage loss to the Andersons at the Charlotte Coliseum. Valentine's first stint with the World Wrestling Federation came the next year in 1978, where he was immediately thrust into a feud with Chief Jay Strongbow. Under the calculating guidance of the Grand Wizard, Valentine metamorphosed into wrestling's remorseless orthopedic nightmare, a cold-eyed technician who was given the gimmick of meticulously breaking his opponent's legs with the cruel precision of a medieval torture master. However, it wasn't until after 2 more stints in Mid-Atlantic and his return to the World Wrestling Federation in 1984 that the Hammer would truly leave his mark on the company. A day that would echo through the hallowed corridors of wrestling lore, September 24, 1984, became the stage for Valentine's crowning achievement in London, Ontario. A masterclass in psychological warfare as he systematically dissected Santana's vulnerable knee with predatory focus. The cruel poetry of the match reached its crescendo when Santana, arms raised in premature triumph after what he believed was the winning pin, found his celebration transmuted into despair as Valentine, ever the opportunist, seized upon this moment of jubilation to snap-roll his unsuspecting prey into a devastating pinfall. Yet the Hammer's symphony of suffering wasn't complete until he punctuated his victory by ensnaring his fallen adversary in the figure-4 leglock, a final sadistic flourish that left Santana writhing in agony while Valentine clutched his newly won Intercontinental Gold with malevolent satisfaction. In what became wrestling's grandest stage, the inaugural WrestleMania at Madison Square Garden bore witness to Valentine's Intercontinental title defense against the charismatic Junkyard Dog, a contest where the Hammer's nefarious tactics initially secured him a tainted victory by illegally leveraging the ropes. But fate and a vengeful Tito Santana conspired to unravel Valentine's deceit, with Santana's revelation to the referee transforming the Hammer's moment of triumph into a tactical retreat, as the champion chose to forfeit the battle via countout while retaining his precious championship. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes of his shattered knee, Tito Santana ultimately exorcised his demons within an unforgiving steel cage match, where 285 days of Valentine's tyrannical reign finally crumbled before the righteous fury of the restored champion. Furious over losing the Intercontinental Championship, Valentine obliterated the belt inside the steel cage, a dramatic act that cleverly doubled as a pre-planned unveiling of the Federation's sleeker, modern replacement. The destruction wasn't mere fury, it was a masterstroke of storytelling, seamlessly blending chaos with calculated promotion. In late 1985, Valentine formed an alliance with Brutus Beefcake, creating the duo known as the Dream Team. Under the management of luscious Johnny Valiant, the pair captured the Tag Team Championships from the US Express on August 24, 1985. The Dream Team's reign lasted nearly 8 months until April 7, 1986, where WrestleMania 2 saw Valentine and Beefcake relinquish their titles to the British Bulldogs. This defeat would eventually lead to the dissolution of the Dream Team, with Beefcake turning face after Valentine and manager Johnny Valiant abandoned him during a match. This period saw Valentine transition into various significant programs, including a memorable feud with Don Muraco that began after Valentine attacked Muraco's manager, Billy Graham. Valentine then targeted rugged Ronnie Garvin, a feud that culminated in a retirement match on Superstars in which Valentine prevailed. By now, Valentine had introduced the Heartbreaker, a devious shin guard he cunningly rotated to amplify the excruciating torque of his figure-4 leg lock. Not content with mere legwork, he brazenly repurposed it on his arm to deliver devastatingly enhanced elbow drops, turning a piece of gear into a vicious weapon. In 1990, Valentine formed another notable tag team, this time with the Honky Tonk Man as Rhythm and Blues. Managed by Jimmy Hart, the duo embraced an Elvis-inspired gimmick that, while not as successful as the Dream Team, showcased Valentine's ability to adapt his character. At Survivor Series, Rhythm and Blues joined the $1 Million Team, featuring the debuting Undertaker to face Dusty Rhodes' Dream Team, with the $1 Million Man emerging as the sole survivor. Rhythm and Blues feuded with the Bushwhackers and the Hart Foundation, earning title shots but being eclipsed by the Legion of Doom's dominance. While the Hart Foundation defended their titles against Valentine and Honky in opening matches, the Legion headlined alongside Demolition and the Ultimate Warrior in 6-man tag battles. The early 1990s saw Valentine's role in the Federation begin to diminish, though he remained a valuable member of the roster. He participated in the 1991 Royal Rumble, lasting an impressive 44 minutes before being eliminated. Then came a face turn and subsequent feud against Earthquake, which included his defeat at WrestleMania 7, before losing again at SummerSlam, this time at the hands of Erwin R. Shyster. In the 1992 Royal Rumble for the vacated championship, he lasted 4 minutes before being eliminated by the Repo Man. His Federation tenure quietly ended later that month with a victory over Skinner at a January 25th house show in Chicago. Valentine's contributions to the Federation during the 1980s wrestling boom cannot be overstated. While larger-than-life characters like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage captured the imagination of casual fans, Valentine provided the promotion with a credible, serious competitor who could work with anyone and deliver quality matches. His reign as Intercontinental Champion helped establish that title as the Workers' Championship, setting a standard for in-ring excellence that future champions would strive to maintain. Today, wrestling historians and fans look back on Valentine's career as representative of a different era in professional wrestling, one where technical ability and toughness were paramount. His matches against Tito Santana, particularly their heated battles over the Intercontinental Championship, stand as testament to his ability to tell compelling stories in the ring. But where does the Hammer rank among the greatest Intercontinental Champions of the Federation? Well, if you're curious to know the answer, then check out this video right here. Just click the thumbnail appearing on your screen and we'll rank the top 20 WWF Intercontinental Champions. Go ahead and click it. and I will meet you there momentarily. Thank you for watching.